Hi, this is Mike from Conant Lake, Pennsylvania, and you're listening to WTK Encore.
We got Valentina in the house. We got Danny.
We should probably start this when it's recording.
Welcome to Rock Dads.
Hold on. And this, by the way, the show's not called Rock Dads. We just happen to be. Oh man, I almost said it. We just happen to be dads that rock. Cue the whammy bar.
No.
To finish Jenny's fantastic intro, it is me, Danny Duncan, mi amor, Valentina.
Here. Present.
We're taking roll. Yes, class.
You guys love each other.
Is there a Jenny? Is there a Jenny Robinson Clark?
Yes.
Yes, even though she's asleep behind her eyes. Yes. This is actually a special podcast because we have our pregnant ladies right next to us. Very true.
This will get the most listened to. I'm sure of it.
It will. People are just going to be like, just put the microphone next to your belly and see if we can hear your children.
Okay.
Is anything happening?
She doesn't.
No, I don't know if that works like that.
I don't think so.
It's a weird mood in here. First of all, we just spent an hour setting up the podcast. It's finally ready to go, and now we forgot about what we were going to talk about. Jenny's sitting here doing a full split, which is kind of insane.
I know.
Once a dancer, always a dancer. We're all just sitting on the couch, and she's just sitting on the ground doing a full split. And I'm checking on Kinsley every 3 seconds. Yeah, my brain is like, that's normal. I guess she was a dancer, but then it catches me off guard every time I look over there. Well, if you were to try to do a split as well, I think it'd just be in perspective how much I can't even. Yeah, Jenny, if you looked over at me and I was just doing a split, would you be able to focus on anything? No.
When I was young, I have to tell you, a boy snuck over to my house and all of my friends were over. And he did splits in my bedroom to like show off, and this just reminds me of that moment. And we were all like, he was like the cutest. He was a dancer, but he was like the cute dancer, and we all had crushes on him. But
until that moment, I didn't know you and Travis lived that close when you were younger. I want the record to show that I've never done a split.
Anyways, that just reminded me of that. But what I think we should talk about.
Well, to set the tone, this is going to be about us and our pregnancies, both new and second time around. Does this help with like the baby weight on your belly doing the split? Is that why you're doing it, or is it just habit?
Please say no.
We're trying
I don't want to do it. I don't want to
spin the baby. The baby is
flip
facing.
No, the head's down.
It's the worst party game ever. Well, the baby's head's down, and we're trying to spin it. So we're trying to get in him or her. Oh, that's right. You guys don't know yet. Yeah, we don't know yet. We're trying to do headstands like break dancing. Okay, true. You guys have Zen-like patience. All right, now she's doing a headstand.
Okay, that's very distracting.
People are
Jenny.
She's going to pull out like a hula hoop on fire and start hanging from the roof. She's going for it. I have to describe what's going on. Hold on, I got to move out. Jenny's like microphone. Kicking mic stands over, trying to get a full split headstand.
Don't make me slap. I'm trying to spin my baby.
Oh, she's trying to. Here, go ahead and try it, and I'll take a picture so that I can post so that people can see what's happening. There's a pregnant woman just doing a headstand
trying to spin
split,
my baby,
and we're just spin the baby real quick. Okay. Hold on. Oh, she's got one leg up. Okay, and wow. Okay, spin the baby. Wow.
The baby's spinning.
Really, that's what. Okay, hold on. Oh shoot. I'm like way too close. Okay, she's doing it, and now it looks like her feet are praying like hands.
Namaste.
Namaste. Yes, namaste on topic because I'm so distracted by all of this. Valentina's filming her, so I just wanted to add that because it's an element. I want our podcast to be sexy. Yeah,
I look sexy right now.
So I'm just saying, pregnant women trying to flip their babies over. Well, I'm saying Valentina filming Jenny doing splits. If you take the pregnancy out of it, dudes are going to be like, yeah, this is a cool podcast.
Can someone check on Kinsley?
All right, Valentina, your turn.
My opinion is don't try this at home. Jenny, don't do stuff like that because then I'll get home and I can't do any of it. I'll just sit on my back.
Our baby flipped over. And
Yeah,
we
your
should
baby's
probably explain what these things are, because outside of the realm of being pregnant, you have no idea what we're talking about. At some point late in the pregnancy, in the third trimester, the baby goes from having its head up in your belly to being
like a cradle position, like almost like you're cradling, but inside your belly.
Correct. And then to being like upside down, ready for delivery in most cases.
And the I don't know if it's technically proper, but the way that doctors and midwives and people want to have their baby is head down, facing the mama's back, legs and arms crossed,
And chin tucked.
and chin tucked.
Like they're going down a water slide.
Yeah, like not trying to like come out for air, but trying to like just trying to get through.
I think Carter.
Ours is in the he's in
Our little
the
boy's
right
going to be
position.
named Carter. We do not have Zen-like patients. We wanted to know as soon as possible what we were having a boy, and he is upside down, ready to drop down on that water slide.
Well, here I'll bring this up because I think I might have talked to you guys about it, but it'd be nice to hear from everybody else. We, like you just said, we decided to wait to figure out the sex, but the ultrasound technicianist, while she was doing,
Is it not a technician?
That's not a word. Just saying.
ultrasound? Oh, sorry,
Technician.
ultrasoundist was
Made it worse.
Sounds like a new Foo Fighters song.
she was doing the ultrasound of the baby, taking all the pictures, and we said, hey, just so you know, we definitely don't want to know the sex of the baby, so please be conscious that we don't want to know. A couple times she said him, a couple times she said her, but here's what I'll bring to the table.
Wait,
while
she said him and to confuse you, or do you think that she slipped and was trying to bounce
what
back
we
and
don't
forth?
know.
we don't know. I actually have some of it on
sorry.
video.
I have
A
to
lot
ask
of
it.
times-
Everybody's wondering, what did she say first?
No, we can't tell you.
What did she say first?
You
We
can't
said
say it?
He first.
She
I
said
think-
he first, and I brought it up. Here we go. And I said, she said he.
Dude,
No.
you could have a little.
And she goes, hold on, this is important because I said, you just said him or he or whatever pronoun she used. And she goes, no, I didn't. I said it.
You got your
And
fish?
I
So
went back
then
in the
that would
video and she
be-
said he and showed her. She was like, well, and in all fairness, I do say he and the general form of when you read baby books, they're not talking about like masculinity or femininity. They're saying he as in your baby. Like they're just using
like one small step
fact-
for man is all humans
think
kind of thing.
I can't back that. Like you're looking at me for
One giant leap for mankind.
so yes, she did say he first. Him or he or him.
The fact that she said it after you asked her, that makes me
Like she tried to cover it up
Wonder-
by
yeah.
saying that she said it, but then I showed her the
gosh.
thing. Okay, so
I know
anyways,
it's a lot. It's common to say he. Like I don't know the gender, and a lot of times I say, "Oh, your baby, he's gonna," and then I'm like, "I'm sorry, he or she," like because it's
A lot of the-
easier. But I don't know if that's what she did or.
in all
a
the
lot
baby
of
books.
the baby books, it says he instead of she.
I don't know why that is. But okay, so the second piece of evidence, if you guys are trying to Sherlock Holmes this, as she's going
I've
through,
already
you,
sure locked this down.
No.
you see the imaging, and she goes, "Okay, turn away." I'm about to go over that area because she was taking the pictures.
Right. Okay.
This was before she knew.
Okay.
Okay, so this was actually the first thing. She goes, "Oh, yep, I can tell." So my mind goes,
With
"Okay,
boy.
you saw a boy."
With girls, it's not that easy. You actually have to count and so.
Well, no. So I asked her about this because I was like, "Oh, I have to know if she just told us that we're having a boy after I explicitly
a
said,
big- yeah.
don't tell us." And she goes, "If the baby's legs aren't crossed, and you have a clear picture, it is." You can tell in 1 second whether it's a boy or a girl. And maybe there's people that
Okay.
are in the medical field that could clarify. But she was very confident in saying that she would have said, well, whether she knows or not, but she was like, I can guarantee tell you.
It just sounds like she was a bit clumsy with all of this. Like she had never quite done it. Like I don't want to give it away, but he or she is very
Well, we
healthy.
went to the same one
he
with
or she
Kinsley.
has both testicles.
It's like, please don't tell me. Okay, he's handsome. He looks good.
Yeah.
She was the same technician
She
as
was-
Kinsley, and
Yep,
we
same
didn't know
technician,
Kinsley
and she threw us for a loop on hers too. This was
Oh.
2 years later. At the end, so this is going to change everything. At the end, I was talking to her more, and she said, "There is no way that you'd be able to tell by the way I do it." And I was like, "Is it common for people to ask?" And she's like, "It's not uncommon." But she's very, very conscious and present of the fact that the couple or the mom doesn't want to know the sex of the baby. So she's like, whatever I said, there's no way you'll ever be able to tell by the way I do it. So she
I'm
made
conflicted.
me feel like she had a system of doing things, or maybe that was just to cover it up. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this: what do you guys want?
A healthy baby.
Oh, sure.
But I have another question. You were checking.
But what do you really want?
You were checking the heart rate, right?
Yep.
And then you said that it was just like Kinsley's,
Exactly
the
like
same
Kinsley.
speed, which is faster. And they say that that's usually girls.
They say
How much
150.
is yours?
Mine was below 140, so it was always 125, 130, and they say the girls are over 160.
But were
Mine's
you eating a lot of peanut butter?
Mine's 150.
Wait, there's so many wives' tales. It's insane.
We did a lot of them, but they say girls. It's not true like every time, but
I'm conflicted.
Even though this isn't a video podcast, this is an audio thing. I should note that it is World Breastfeeding Week or Natural
month. Awareness month.
Awareness month.
The
And
whole month of
Kinsley
August.
is sitting on Jenny's lap, breastfeeding with Jenny while
doing a split.
Upside down.
Upside down, doing a split.
So I'd actually like to hear what people think. You know, people will always walk by and they're just like, you know, we were talking about this earlier. They'll look at Jenny's belly and say, "Oh, that's a boy," or "Oh, that's a girl," and we're like, "Really? What? How are you so confident?"
Everyone thought Kinsley was a boy.
Yep, including you.
So, anyways,
Not
it's just
me.
there's a lot of like conflicting.
To answer your question, Danny,
stories.
when you guys did your
I
wives'
don't
tales,
want.
Oh, yeah, we got to
specific.
do that again.
We got to do that again.
you don't want to choose because
because I know that we're having another girl.
see,
But you
I fell
think-
into this trap.
I'm going on the record.
I thought for sure we were having a girl. Like
I know.
I just knew it. My grandpa had all girls. My dad had all boys. I thought it was just one of those things. And she was so certain. Like anything that I can feel from this baby, it is a boy. All the vibes. And I was like, no, it was a boy.
I thought I was going crazy. I was the only one who thought it was a boy.
That's right. My mom. Everybody thought it was a
Every
girl.
single person that we came across, yeah.
So then I feel like I would defer to Jenny's feeling, and when I ask her, she's like, "I don't know. You know, I don't know." So, like for example, putting you on the spot, what do you think, boy or girl? With
Was she
two
right
pregnant
the
women
first
in one
time?
room for a podcast, I think we're gonna have to take urinal breaks.
The first time you thought it was a boy, correct?
Yeah, I thought Kinsley was a boy.
Okay,
yeah.
and this time, what do you think? We'll go the opposite.
I think boy.
You're having another girl.
All signs are pointing.
Yeah, exactly. On that, based on
No,
that.
I don't know.
I think it's okay. So when I started this journal, it's something really neat I told you guys about. But once we found out that we were pregnant with baby number 2, I had a journal, and it's like this really nice leather bag. You tie it up, and it's got these like leaf pages, and I wrote down every single day. So for the past 7
It's
and a half
crazy, man.
months.
That's something that a lot of people would like have the idea to do and not keep up. Like you have kept up with it. I've seen you like on the floor of an airport, like writing it. I'm
Wow.
like, dude, I can't even like look at my phone. I'm so tired. And he's writing on these papers. Like
So-
you kept up with it.
I have that, and the reason I bring that up is because when I write, so it's called Dear My Little One, and I want to give it to them, you know, when they're 16 or 18. I haven't figured out like what the proper like delivery. It's whenever they're going to be able to respect it. So if I give it to him or her at 2 years old and they shred it because they don't understand how much time I spent on it,
Precious.
you know. So, but anyways, when I'm writing it in my head, like I think baby girl, but I also don't know if that's because we have Kinsley. If I think
That makes
baby girl
sense.
because I'm used to saying
Yeah.
baby girl to her.
Subconsciously, you're kind of writing to her as well. In a meh.
I told Jenny this book is not just for the baby, even though it is for him or her. This is going to be something that like I'll like to read because it, you know, it's stuff about our day, it's stuff about Kinsley, stuff about Jenny, stuff about our parents.
Yeah.
You guys, everybody.
I want to do something like this, but I'm going to be like the kid who like didn't do his homework and it's due that morning. So I'm like, hey, kiddo's sitting in the hospital right now.
Sorry about that last 8 months.
You're about to be born. They're out of Dr. Pepper in the Coke machine.
You would do that, and it would be funny. I do have a book like that, but it's letters for my future,
yes.
for my baby,
I have that.
and it's one for your birthday or goals I have for you, dreams, different things, and you write them and then
That's
give them
cool.
to him.
We have that. We never have done it. We
Was
should.
that like it was a scrapbook thing that it
Yeah.
tells you like
Yeah, it tells you
that's
what's-
so cool.
And I told him we should do it. He goes, yeah. So we should do it.
Your son's gonna get that book that you had. Anyway, Dad, are there pages missing? Because I'm missing like 7.5 to 8 months, or actually 9 months. I have day 1 when you guys found out, and then you're all of a sudden at the hospital. What happened in between then?
I write everything, and then Danny signs it at the end, at the bottom. Love, your dad.
Yeah, exactly. That you can see like the handwriting is way different.
Yeah.
This looks good. Just write my initials.
Kinsley, you want to check the microphone?
Check.
Kens.
The booby.
Oh, you want the boob? Kens. Oh, you want to check? Oh, that was her brief feature.
She's tired.
And that baby noise means it's time for Roxanne's. The entire podcast it was themed around like just baby noises and things. All right,
It is important that the fan base and the people that are listening know that
that's a sarcastic title.
that Rock Dad it couldn't be more sarcastic.
I feel like the
It
people,
was a
Even though we are
joke.
dads that rock.
No, it was such a joke. You guys were laughing for so long, like that first clip.
Because we didn't think that it would actually catch on, and
I
sure
know.
enough.
I like
what
it.
would the actual like cover of that look like? Like us not doing those like a handshake, but that arm wrestling handshake with lightning bolt tattoos,
Lightning bolt.
Bandanas.
bandanas. Yes. Okay.
Oh my God.
Jenny's seen this before.
The cover of Rock Band. Like that, the video game, that's what it would look like. It's lightning. We would have bandanas, lightning bolts. Take our tattoos off and put horrible ones on.
Oh,
I smell like onions.
Wait.
that was wow.
What?
That was
Did you eat onions today? That's part of the midwives' tale. If you eat garlic and smell like garlic, I don't know why this is, this is even a thing. It's like a boy or
a
girl.
boy or girl, or if you
I can't-
sweat and you.
If you sweat and your perspiration smells like garlic, you are having we're going to do that. It's like 21 things. And
I'm not doing that
I
one because I
skipped-
threw up last time with the garlic.
I should let you know that the first time that we did it did ring girl.
When we did it, it said boy, but I thought it said boy because I really wanted a boy and I felt it was a boy. So all of my answers were kind of like,
Right, leaning towards a boy.
like one's like, "Are you really hairy?" I was like, I think I have more hair. I didn't know, and that's for a boy. And apparently,
Could you imagine if it was like, it was things that you had to ask like your significant other, your partner, and the birth partner. It was like, do you think your wife's pretty? And you're just like, if I answer this, it's boy to answer. Okay, yeah, she's very, very pretty. Like you have to, like, are you hairy? No, I'm no hair. No, you're having a girl then. Oh wait.
I guess if you have more hair, I couldn't tell. I don't know.
I
But
totally
the belly,
remember that.
the belly, I
Where you
think,
going, baby?
across from, I don't know how to explain it, where the belly button is, like going up. It
Like
felt like
your
it was.
happy trail. That's what it's
I
called?
don't know
right?
the name. Like
We,
it's like a whole line.
Didn't our old wives' tales? They showed
go see a
that we
movie?
were having a boy.
Yes.
That's
yeah,
right.
we
I
did.
totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
Our everything we did showed that we were having a
Everything,
boy.
yeah.
Was it like high percentage? Because ours was like
It was like-
53%.
Ours was like
Three
60,
more-
40,
Yeah.
something like that. It was enough to be
Oh my
like
God.
to
I
declare
literally-
a side.
I can
if you guys
give
talk
you.
for 3 seconds, I have the sheet. I can literally show.
Look for it. Yeah.
No, it's literally right.
All right, so Jenny left the room
We
to
should
check
give
on
them-
Kinsley, and Trav left the room to go get something. So
But we should give them the same tests that we took.
it's
they can
just
do the
us in the
same.
room. What do you want to have for dinner tonight? I was thinking maybe
I
some
already ate.
some
Are you
pad,
still hungry?
some pad thai.
We just ate.
I know.
I can go for dessert.
No, me too. Wait, so can I ask you a question? Like
Okay, what is
on
it?
air, like. Do you think you're gonna have Carter on the due date, like on the 30th, or do you think it's gonna be?
No.
You think it's gonna be
No.
later?
No, I think it's going to be before.
You think he's coming before his due date?
Yes.
Really?
100%. Yes.
What
I
makes
think
you-
he's coming before his due date. And
Okay, update. I lost it.
He's,
My bad. I lost it.
I think Carter's coming before his due date.
I think every mom thinks that. Not to
That's not
discourage you.
true. No.
Really?
I've
it's just
asked some
Jenny.
people and they're like, I'm not feeling anything. It might be 2 weeks late. Like
Oh, are
some
you
moms.
feeling like physically or
Milk
emotionally?
is coming and everything's hurting, like your back and everything preparing you. So
that
I
a
think
I gotta ask the
that's-
question.
Is that a
'cause-
Game of Thrones reference? Milk is coming.
of course.
No, nice.
No,
Carter's coming.
I'm gonna leave this.
What do you think about the new season, buddy?
I saw the season finale of 6, I think.
Oh, that's the only episode you've seen, isn't it?
Yes.
But then you saw the best episode.
I know. I
That
saw
was the best battle.
Mika Snow, the guy or whatever, or that's the artist.
I was gonna say, who's that?
Jonathan
John.
Snow.
Don't spoil it for people.
That was the most dad thing you've ever done.
Jonathan.
Who's the cute one on the Gamer of Seats? Is it the Mika Snow?
Mike Snow? Jon Snow.
John, but don't spoil it.
Dad,
Okay.
get out of my
What
room.
about him?
Oh no, I just remember that there was a Jonathan Snow in the season.
Yes.
I really hope he gets with the mother of daggers.
I did see that you liked, maybe it was both of you, liked something on Instagram that was the girl who, Amelia
Clark.
the blonde girl with blue eyes.
Oh, yeah.
You liked something on her post that was Game of Thrones related.
Yeah.
Me,
and
probably. I like every. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're going overboard.
Because we follow an actress that we like. She's like 10 million followers.
Right, and I think that Game of Thrones is probably seen by 10 million people. It's right.
So it's common to follow probably the lead actress.
When you see something you like and
Yeah.
it's a famous, known actress, you just don't like it.
Just go ahead and figure out what you're getting at.
Okay,
get
here's what I'm saying.
So you're saying if people like We the
If you
Kings,
find out-
it's too far if they like our photos? I'm trying to break it down.
Nope, because we are who we are.
We got to backpedal.
We are who we are in the band. She acts as somebody different. So I'm saying, does it ruin it? Like, for example, is there a bad guy in Game of Thrones?
Too many, and they're still alive.
Let's say,
If you got a second,
Draco's,
let me go through.
let's say Draco Malfoy is the bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay. And Game of
Whoa.
Seeds.
Continue.
No, Game of Thrones. Let's say there's a guy named Jeff. Let's say that Jeff's a bad guy. Okay. And then you see him on his Instagram, and he's like giving to children and, sending water to Africa, all this
Okay.
stuff. Does it not change your perception of wanting to hate the guy in the fantasy world that you live in, or that
I live in.
that you both?
I still like-
I'm sorry, you both live in.
I think they're like when the bad characters on that show, you see them in real life and they're like really cool. Like that makes you appreciate their acting.
You like them more.
Yeah.
You're like, they're so talented because I hate you in the show, but I'm still going to like your picture. Good job.
And by the way, it was a picture of her with the lead male character.
Jonathan, I know. I saw the
Mika Snow. He was wearing glasses, and everybody's like,
it's
"Oh,
the
wow, you
coolest
were
picture. Yeah.
Did it throw you off that he was wearing glasses? Like,
It
oh
threw
my God,
everybody
he
off.
must be wearing contacts in the show.
I know you feel like you have a lot of people listening, going like, "Man, get him, Trav." But
I
everybody's on
don't
our
think
side.
so.
Like Trav, yes, it's insane. It's incredible.
I would love to take the time. And I'm glad you guys are doing this before kids, because I just don't know if
That's
this
the thing.
will.
That's
we
why I
had to do it now.
love
Yeah.
my maternity leave. I'm hurting, but I caught up on the entire 6 seasons in a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
everything.
It's a trade. Like
It's
physically you're hurting,
perfect.
emotionally you're like just through the roof.
Just I had enough time.
Favorite
Otherwise-
character got
I
beheaded.
just
It's just-
wanted to know who didn't put the toilet seat down.
Oh, that was probably Buddy.
Not me.
Buddy's. We're working on that. You know how potty training works.
Yeah.
Wait, you use the guest bathroom in your own house?
I did.
She uses the closest one that you can get to.
It's a pregnant.
I guess
Sometimes
yeah.
it's upstairs.
Mama.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
And when you're doing yoga, your thing.
That checks out.
Can I take it back to the whole maternity thing? I have a question for you, Jenny. Did you think you were going to give birth before your due date with Kinsley?
No, because everyone was telling me like first time moms is like 40 weeks or past 40 weeks. So
Were you late or on your due date?
Our due dates were December, like kind of like now, which I could be due anytime from September 26th to October 3rd. They gave us like December 2nd first, and then it was December 18th, and then it was December 13th or something, and she came the 12th.
Huh.
So
Did they tell that by like how much
So you
your
couldn't
contractions
tell,
or?
So I don't know. Like the first ultrasound we had was like December 2nd.
And our
then
first
this-
ultrasound also was with really, really old equipment. So we're just like, this probably is inaccurate. And it was
But
like,
anyways,
when
it was
you
like
get,
December 2nd through December 18th, which
it's so weird that they say that the earlier that you get your ultrasound, the more accurate it can possibly be. And I feel like
Right.
that's so strange, but it was true.
So what was this one? Like, do you remember what
this
the
one
first
was like September 26th, October 3rd,
and September 28th.
and then September something. But I think it would be cool if the baby was September 12th. So it'd be 9/12. Jenny was born 11/12, and Kinsley was born 12/12, and I was born 4/24. 12 times 2. Sorry, I got really excited.
You got really into it. You've done the math.
You're like that meme of Charlie Day where he's got like all like the yarn strung across the wall.
The only reason why I asked
You're like the meme of Jon Snow where he wears glasses.
No, don't try and win his back.
He says,
don't try and win his back.
Go get him, dragon.
And 4 times 3 is 12. There's
exactly. Thank you.
Anyways,
the only reason why I was
6 times
asking
2
is
April. Shut up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, you're right.
are we still on Game of Thrones or baby stuff?
Just math.
The reason you're asking.
I said I think Carter's gonna come early,
Okay.
and he doesn't think that's the case. Like, it's just gonna. He's
When
gonna
do you
come
think your
late.
son is going to come? Is what we're asking.
Never.
Baby boy.
No, don't say that.
No, I'm saying
That
my,
was a
my
terrible
daughter.
way of saying he thinks
I
it's
know,
a girl.
Yes.
My daughters will come. This year, probably next year, next year after that.
I learned a tough lesson, by the way, just like before we started this podcast. Jenny goes, Danny, would you mind just peeping your head and checking in on Kinsley real quick? She's just sitting there watching a movie. And I thought it'd be funny. Bad judgment. But I thought it'd be funny if I came back and was like, wait, where'd she go?
No.
I had a glimpse of what it would look like to like encounter a bear in the wild. She
She took like the shape of a bear.
She for a second.
Yeah,
For
she
a
was like
second.
8 feet tall,
No.
standing up,
Yeah.
Fat.
pregnant.
And that was a bad judgment to make that joke. But
Oh yeah, I said I will chop your ball sacks off, Danny.
both. Leave me one, please.
But I think
You promised you wouldn't tell.
not to compare him, a dog, to a kid, but if you come home and Buddy's not there, you're like, where's Buddy? I'm like, I don't know. I thought he was with you. I think you would panic. You would murder me first, and then
I don't know
sure.
because I feel like Danny would be like, oh, okay, must be my memory.
I forgot him somewhere.
I got to figure out where I left him.
No.
That's the best part about having a dog. He just follows me.
So does
No,
Kinsley.
but
Yeah, a kid might not do that.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's leave this podcast off with 2 things. One, let's use a fact, because a lot of people are like, hey, why are they saying 40 weeks and women are pregnant for 9 months? Technically, 10 months. Yeah. So that whole 9 months thing is all jibber jabber. It's actually
37 weeks is a healthy baby, so you could deliver at 37.
I'm almost 38. I'm ready.
It's coming at 40.
so you could deliver
girl.
like right now.
Like I could
on the
have
podcast.
contractions. Yeah.
We'd probably stop recording, but yeah.
Well, we're contractually obligated.
Oh my god.
Dads that rock and deliver babies.
I am a dad, but you can't forget the rock part, babe.
Oh man.
All right.
After 37 weeks,
second-
it's safe.
Yeah.
Safer.
Second,
No,
let's.
safe. You're in the good zone, or you're in the safe zone.
I like that. When you make it to the safe zone as a female that's pregnant, I feel like that takes a lot of weight off your shoulders.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Thank you.
The second thing that we'll leave off on is I think that all 4 of us should guess the actual day that Carter comes. And we'll also do each a guess of boy or girl so that we put it on record, documented, that somebody might be right.
Okay, I'm going to go first. August 27th for Carter, and you're having a boy.
Well, I don't think you have to say boy if you know that you're having a boy.
But
No,
for
you-
you guys,
you-
for you
got
guys,
it.
you're
are
having a boy.
Got it. Okay.
I mean, if I want to get all 3 right, I think we're also having a boy.
Did the
just
doctor say one due date for you guys the whole time, or did it change?
The due date was August 15th, and then at our first appointment, it changed to the 30th.
Wait, so, but August 15th was based on your last missed period, not on the ultrasound.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so August 30th was on the ultrasound.
Yes.
And based
So,
on like the
yeah.
thing that you can Google
Right.
and like put your last missed period in, and it'll come.
They
up
told me all of that over the phone, but yes. So August 30th, based on the ultrasound.
based on the ultrasound. Okay.
Is this like
She's going more
How
in depth
many days
than the doctors.
is in your cycle usually 28?
No, shorter.
You're shorter.
Yes.
Alrighty.
20.
This episode is brought to you by
Okay, I'll go ahead and
She's
guess
gonna
while
guess.
Jenny's crunching numbers. I'm gonna go.
and doing crunches.
I'm gonna go 8/24.
24th.
Yeah, I didn't know if I wanted to do because you said 17th. Dan?
27th.
27. Is that because your lucky number is 27?
Yep, and it just feels like she's gonna be a little bit early.
I kind of wanted to do prices right and do like, all right, 28th at 12:01 a.m.
I'm going to say that
to trump whatever number that you have.
I'm going to say the 22nd between the 15th.
That's what
and
I'm
the 30th.
thinking.
Interesting.
22nd. That's
Interesting.
21st, 22nd.
Well, you got to pick one. I mean, this is
Let's do 22nd.
all right.
Okay, girls say 22nd.
No, you got to pick a different one. Just
I said it's 22nd first.
all right. That's true,
Do I have
Valentina.
to change my number?
Yes, you do.
Yes, about
Sorry.
your child.
I'll do the 23rd.
Oh, nice technique.
I'll have contractions at night and just have
Hold it. That's awesome. All right, so 22nd for
23rd.
Jenny, 23rd for Valentina, 24th for myself.
You guys are in a cluster of that early. You that's a week and a half early on both of you. 10 days early, or all of you, 3 of you
But
guys.
10 days
and
early
then Danny
based on what?
27th.
And I'm just 4 days, 3 days. Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see.
And then
And you got to guess what you think you're having.
I think that you're having a girl.
You do?
I think you're having a girl.
Oh boy.
See, like it screws with.
You don't even
Go
want to
ahead,
guess, but you have to just for fun.
Boy.
Boy, oh,
So 2 boys, and you think it's a girl? So 2 and 2?
I think it's a girl. I'll ask you this, Danny. Did you think girl before I told you everything that I told you from the ultrasound?
I did.
So that changed
Based
it.
on that ultrasound story, I don't think like, oh, she messed up, but it just made me think really hard about it,
I know,
and then my
it's
brain went to
confusing.
boy. My brain went to boy for some reason.
I'm just going based on the heart rate. That's all.
I'm going strictly based on my feeling and my karma.
And you're Travis Clark. You're gonna have 100 girls.
101, maybe a boy. Verse 100. All right, well, that was quite the podcast.
That was. What was that? We hit 30
That's
minutes
fun.
and everything. Dang, look at that.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to be that long, but if you guys have listened
But with
this
Travis
far,
Clark.
well, Danny and I were talking about it. We were like, hey, let's have the girls on an episode because it would be funny to get your perspective. And then he was like, wait, have we ever done it with more than just 2 mics? And he texted me, he was like, dude, the girls wouldn't stand a chance. Like, if we had 2 mics, you guys trying to get a word in edgewise while
No.
Danny and I are talking? No way.
I'm talking
No way.
all over you guys. All over, yeah.
But we love everybody who decided to listen. Thank you so much for being a part of this podcast. And
Oh, and
by
check
extension-
out Travis and We the King's new song with featuring Kinsley.
Oh,
It came
yeah.
out today.
Stay Young
Stay Young.
is what it's called.
Sweetest thing.
It's an old new song.
Yes,
It's a
exactly.
new
10-year anniversary.
song.
New old song.
Ooh, I like that. There
A
you
new
go.
song, or an old song done with a new version.
Done in a new way.
Depending on when you hear this podcast, there will be a new song every single week until like September, the first week of September, and we're releasing a whole new record with a brand new song that you've never heard before.
Oh, I can't wait for you guys to hear
So
it.
It's-
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Her voice it's the best.
Her voice
Voice.
on the new song.
She's not on all of the songs, but
No, sorry. I'm still thinking of Kinsley. Whoops.
Welcome back, Valentina.
Whoops.
she's been on like a daydream thinking
fell
about,
asleep.
baby boy, when are you coming?
Jon Snow.
All right, you guys are awesome. See you next episode. Bye.
Peace out.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Please subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play Music, or wherever you get your podcast. If you like what you heard, leave us a review. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say, and please be sure to tell your friends. We the Kings is Hunter Thompson, Coley O'Toole, Danny Duncan, Charles Trippy, and Travis Clark. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at We the Kings, and check out our website at wethekingsmusic.com. WTK Encore is a proud member of Uncover Studios. You can follow Uncover on Twitter and Instagram at Uncover Studios for previews and behind-the-scenes looks at new episodes. Dave Kiney and Caroline Valentino are our executive producers. Adam Raymunda produced and scored this episode. Production assistance by James DiFrancesco. And a big thanks to you, our fans. Don't miss the next Encore.
Hey everyone, this is Adam, one of the producers from Uncover Studios. Before we let you go, I wanted to tell you that you could be featured at the start of a WTK Encore episode if you send a quick voice memo over to voices@wtkencore.com. It's super easy. All you have to do is introduce yourself with your first name, hometown, and a little personal message if you want. Then intro the show with something like, "You're listening to WTK Encore." We're looking forward to hearing your voices. Again, send them our way to voices@wtkencore.com. Thanks.